Hey guys, welcome back. So, today's video, we got a build coming on. So I've been wanting this truck for a little while, so we're gonna be building a short course truck 4-wheel drive. And it is the Tekno 410 SL. Been wanting this guy for quite some time, and I finally pulled the trigger and got it. First one I ordered was the 410 2.0. And when it arrived, I saw how beefy it was and how heavy duty it looked, and kind of was turned off by that. Although I hear, great, you can run 2, 3, 4S on it. I wanted specifically to be able to run 2S only, so that's why I selected to go with the SL. It looked a lot lighter, and I just like the look of the SL. We'll see how it performs, right? I'm definitely going to test it out on some 8-scale tracks as well, but I do like the lightness and the less congested chassis look that you get with the SL as opposed to the 2.0. So gather around if you want to be putting your SL kit together along with me. Grab it and let's get started. Get your water, get your beer if that's what you choose to have, or your Diet Coke. Get your tools out and let's get building. We'll be going through pack for pack. So this is a package that goes from pack A to pack P, starting with diffs and working their way through the front assembly to the rear assembly, shocks and so forth before we unify it all and put it all on the chassis. Stay tuned. All right, we're up to the first part of the build. After we've removed all the contents from the box, let's place this aside. And we've got our instruction manual, we've got our chassis, we've got all our bags with our parts labeled with the letters. And so this is going to be the first bag we deal with. So let's put this bag away. We'll be dealing with this bag specifically for now, bags A, B, and C. So bag A, center differential. Bag B, front and rear differential. And bag C, the steering bulkhead assembly. So we'll go through that together. First, begin by locating the bag that has the smaller bags in it, the A, B, and C bag. Let's remove that and place that bag aside. Secondly, we want to identify the A bag, and we want to begin to cut out our oils and our diff grease and our thread lock. Set that aside, paying special attention to the 30,000 diff grease because we are constructing the center differential. Let's cut open the contents of bag A and let's get it all out on the table. Here we have the diff cup, we have our spur gear, we have our sun gears, we have our planetary gears, which we get 4 of them. We have our screws to screw in our spur gear into the diff cup. We have our 2-out drive shafts. We have our cross pins. We have our 2 black washers. We have our gasket. And we have our 2 O-rings. And our 2 shaft pins, which holds everything together. What we're going to do with our black grease, some people prefer to place the black grease on the inside groove of the diff cup. I prefer to use the black grease with straight contact onto the O-ring and then work the grease into that before placing it inside of the diff cup. Secondly, we get the out drive shaft and we grease the lower end of it near the fatter portion of it before inserting that into the bottom of the diff cup. We follow that with the black washer on top. Follow that with a pin to help hold the shaft in place. Just before placing the sun gear down on top, we add a little bit of diff oil to act as a little bit of an adhesive to help it stay in place before we start to work on adding our planetary gears to the cross pins. Once that's complete, we insert those cross pins and planetary gears into the diff cup on top of the sun gear. It should fit like a Tetris block, not a problem at all. Before we place our second sun gear on top of the planetary gears, we want to fill the diff cup to below 1 millimeter from the top. And so we want to submerge those planetary gears and give it time to percolate down to the bottom before we place the other sun gear on top. With pressure from your index finger, press down on the sun gear and just begin spinning the shaft, the drive shaft, to allow for the oils to be worked into the grooves of the gears. Next, we will be working on constructing the spur gear portion, which is basically the same steps. We start with the spur gear and grease the O-ring, placing it inside of the groove. We Follow that with inserting the drive shaft into the spur with the washer and then the pin. Follow that with the gasket, and we finish with the screws tightening until snug. Be mindful not to over tighten. We don't want to strip the diff cup, nor do we want to create any unwanted tightness, which can create binding as well. After all steps are complete, you will then have your complete center diff.